Hello and welcome to Student Voice. I'm Brandon Bryant. Every October, the Frightening Ass Film Festival descends upon Chattanooga, bringing all the best and terrifying entertainment to the scenic city. Here to talk more about the festival is director and programmer Chris Dortch. Mr. Dortch, thanks for
thanks
coming
for being here and being one of the only people who hasn't laughed when they said the name Frightening Ass Film Festival. So.
No problem. So what spurred you to create this horror film fest?
I love the horror genre a lot and have the whole of my life, and honestly feels like it has kind of gotten a bad rap really until the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing, Halloween just made $91 million over the weekend, Get Out's, winning Best Screenplay Oscars. I think the genre is finally starting to get its due. But when I moved back to Chattanooga about 10 years ago, there wasn't anything in the way of independent film at all. There was very little. There was a thing called the Chattanooga Film Society that were too busy arguing about what a festival would look like to actually put one on. And there was just a lot of kind of infighting in the community. And I initially started out trying to do this as a movie night in my house. And I was in a one-bedroom apartment, and we started inviting people and just showing the craziest, funnest things that we could show every week. And before long, our place was packed, and we were getting noise complaints from the apartment complex, and it just got bigger and bigger, and it made sense to kind of try to spill it into the public. And then for a period of about 4 or 5 years, any bar, restaurant, warehouse, public restroom, anything that would have us, we would set up pop-up screenings and do stuff, which always kind of leaned toward genre and cult film and midnight stuff, because again, that stuff is very close to my heart, and that sort of grew and grew itself, and then it made us one October think, let's try to do a little horror film festival, and if that goes well, then maybe we can make it a little bigger, and so it all kind of started with that.
Wow. What's the film that really got you into the genre in the first place?
There's a ton. A big one is Carnival of Souls. Another big one is Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Which to me, it was really great to see a movie that felt like it had such interesting, big ideas, even political and sociological ideas, but at the same time, someone would get their brains blown out, and there was this incredible gore effect. And I was also so interested in special effects and like the makeup industry. That's what I wanted to do first, and then I realized it was the director that got to yell more blood, and that's the guy I wanted to be. And then sort of just a lifelong appreciation led me down the path. Also a movie called Repo Man, which I've
seen that.
Yeah, it's a punk rock sci-fi western, which is it's made for me pretty much. Exactly. So stuff like that is always just fired me up.
Wow. How has the festival evolved and changed over the years?
I'll tell you, it started out with us like borrowing projectors and really bad extension cords and praying that no one would trip over an extension cord because it would bring the entire event down. Yeah. To us slowly being able to raise more and more of a budget and sort of put together more of the crazy ideas that were in my head and in all of our heads. And it's evolved in such a way that we've seen it go from something that was happening in the region to literally yesterday, Chattanooga Film Festival got chosen for a list of the 30 best genre film festivals, not just in the country, but in the world. So it's been really cool to watch it go from a garage in St. Elmo to something that's being talked about by national publications, and that's a huge evolution. But the real thing that I love is that it's now getting a reputation as being a festival that's maybe a bit more filmmaker friendly than others. You see a lot of festivals like Sundance or South by Southwest that are very driven by corporate sponsorships and care a lot more about the attendees, and I care about my attendees too, but the filmmakers are the reason we're all there. And so we've kind of tried to make the experience something that you couldn't find somewhere else, and maybe build a little bit of that Southern hospitality and that Chattanooga whiskey and some of the other things that make our region special into it, and kind of use the city as our secret weapon. And I think that's helped it grow a lot.
Very cool. Are there any films on the roster this year that you're particularly excited about?
Man, there's a ton. I'm biased because I hand choose everything. I'll tell you, Mandy, which apart from other things includes a macaroni and cheese obsessed goblin, a scene in which two grown men battle using chainsaws, like a chainsaw sword fight with Nick Cage. It's like one of my favorite movies of the past 20 years. And legitimately is a beautiful, crazy movie. We have a movie called One Cut of the Dead from Japan that's brand new. If you don't see it with us, I don't know when you'll have an opportunity to see it again. But it's all filmed in one continuous take, and which is itself an impressive thing. But this movie manages to be as funny and as endearing as like a Shaun of the Dead, or it's a mockumentary about filmmaking too.
Right.
So it's got a little Spinal Tap in it. It's so much fun, and it's the kind of thing that I think is going to charm people, and also the kind of thing that I can recommend to people that aren't necessarily a horror film fan, and it sort of acts as a gateway drug. It makes you think, all right, well, I really enjoyed that. What's next? And there's a ton of stuff. There's a movie called Starfish, which mixtapes are magical and might be able to save the world from a crazy Lovecraftian apocalypse, like things like that. So we're really all over the map this year. We've got so many films from different countries, so many films from just different perspectives, shot on everything from 16 millimeter to iPhones. Like I think it's probably our most diverse year in a lot of ways.
Wow. Well, I'm excited.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Where/when is the festival?
It is this weekend, actually, coming up crazy soon on October 27th and 28th, and we have a partnership now with the folks at Chattanooga Improv, who have really let us sort of open the doors to their kingdom and have not told us no for any of the ridiculous ideas that we had. For example, we're doing a live seance in which we are going to attempt to communicate with the dead in the middle of this thing, and then there'll be snacks. So it's I can't think of any other event in our city that does that. And there should be more. So
cool. How do people buy tickets?
You can go to chatfilmfest.org right now, and there are a few different ways to get tickets. If you want to support the festival and kind of be there for the whole shebang, you can buy a full VIP badge, which is $75, gets you into absolutely everything. It's over 12 movies, all kinds of stuff, including a secret screening that is so brand new. It may be a couple of years before it ever gets released or you get a chance to see it. It's something that I can't believe they actually let us have, but we've got it. If you just want to come to one day or another, we have a day pass. Or if you just are flat broke and only want to come see one thing, we've even got individual tickets, or in one case, there's a free screening. So yeah, there's a little bit of something for everybody, I hope.
Wow. Well, I cannot wait for this weekend. That's it for this episode of Student Voice. For more information about the film festival, visit chatfilmfest.org. Have a day.